Alright guys, welcome to another beer review. Today we're looking at the first Firestone Walker beer on the channel. This isn't the first one that I've ever drank. I drank the Double Jack at the Regensburg Craft Beer Festival a couple of years ago in its first year, and that was at the Braufaktum stand. I think they used to bring in a lot of the imports, like some of the Brooklyn brewery beers, as well as obviously Firestone Walker, and even think like McKellar. I'm not too sure. I think distribution has changed a little bit because you can find like the Easy IPA and the Brooklyn Lager from I think Carlsberg bring them here to Germany. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I drank it at that stand, and that's where, you know, I was able to get hold of Firestone Walker beers if I wanted to. But yeah, I was in Beermoth yesterday doing a bit of late Christmas shopping. Popped in there, great little shop. It's the first time I've been in there for a couple of years, to be fair. I should make an effort to go every time I'm back in the UK. But yeah, I wanted to buy a few things, and this was one of them. And yeah, paid £3.15 for this, and it's the Firestone Walker Luponic Distortion Revolution number 3, which I think is clocking in, if I remember correctly, at 5.9%. It's hard to read the green writing on the grey background. But yeah, it says drink within 90 days, and this was bottled on the 28th of October. It's now Christmas Eve as I'm recording this, so it's still, you know, a few days in that date, and I'm not sure if it would have been a bit more expensive fresher, or if this was just how much they were selling it, regardless. But yeah, put links down below to Beermoth, and I think they've also got like their own little cafe / bar as well, so check them out if you're ever in Manchester. There's a great craft beer scene, not only in Manchester but in the northwest of England. I mean, Leeds especially, but Liverpool's got a great little scene as well. And yeah, I wanted to check this one out because I've seen a few of my American associates doing a review of this one, and I think Rob over at Hop Scene has done this beer as well. So I wanted to check it out, and yeah, I've had a stout, so I'm alternating between light and dark, doing a good old-fashioned Blue Nose beer reviews. But yeah, nice looking bottle, and there is the cap, which I'm definitely keeping. So let's get this beer opened and see what we get. Not too much in terms of barrel smoke there. Now, I'm not too sure what the name of the hop is that they've used for this one, but I think it's a German hop, which is quite hard to grow in the US or something like that. I will be putting, you know, as much technical information as I can down below in terms of, or in the form of links to like Firestone Walker and much more factually correct beer reviews. Let's just leave it at that. But yeah, beer in a glass, and that is a nice clear golden colour. Almost looks like a lager, to be honest. Poured with about half a finger's worth of frothy white head, but it's pretty much just becoming like top of a dishwater. And yeah, nice amounts of carbonation in there. Quite slow actually, all things considered. But yeah, it looks nice so far. So let's give it a bit of a sniff. Yeah, and it's sort of that like classic American IPA sort of aroma. Nice and tropical, but not a fruit bowl. You're getting your grapefruit, you're getting your limes, you're getting your melon, like papaya, that sort of stuff. And then you get that nice bittering grapefruit in the background. Slight touch of a resininess in there as well. And yeah, Haribo, Rancho's Fruit Pastels, that sort of thing going on. Yeah, it smells like a very solid IPA, so let's give it a taste. Cheers. get a little bit of like a slight orangey sort of flavour in this one, like a freshly squeezed orange juice. And considering that, you know, they want you to drink this within 90 days and it's coming up to the 90-day mark, you're still getting that hop character in there. That carbonation, it seems to come alive in your mouth. Nice medium body to it, so that works well. And yeah, it just swirls nicely around the palate. Got a nice level of bitterness in there, not too harsh but not too pedestrian. But yeah, it's orangey, it's citrusy, it's fruity, but there's a real like dank resininess that I'm picking up in the flavour as well. Yeah, nice and bitter. And it tastes a little bit more fruity than it does in terms of its aroma. But it's not bordering on like being too bittering, as well as not being, excuse me, a complete fruit bowl of an IPA. But yeah, it looks really pretty in the glass. Yeah, I can't escape that oranginess. It's not really like a blood orange characteristics. It's like a nice, like almost like a California orange. And yeah, I am getting that slight. It's hard to put my finger on, like a German vibe coming from this. And it almost reminds me of some of the like really good IPAs that I've had in Germany, brewed by German brewers, because you get that almost like slight like German malt characteristic that you'd find in like a Helles beer, almost like maybe even like a hint of like a mandarina hop. Maybe that's what they've used as part of the hop build in this. But yeah, very easy drinkable. It's not going to blow you away, not going to knock your socks off. But yeah, very solid IPA, and I'm sure you can get much better beers from Firestone Walker. But this does not disappoint. Very solidly made, very nice and flavourful. Lovely bitterness on the back end, even now. And yeah, for £3.15, I'm not too upset about that one. In terms of a rating, I can easily give this one an 8 out of 10. I'd be interested to see what other incarnations of this series we get here in the UK, because I'll definitely be interested in checking them out. And but I'm not too upset that I've not managed to try 1 and 2, if that makes any sense. But yeah, not a bad beer at all. Very high quality, very drinkable, and we're having a curry tonight, so it's, you know, if it lasts that long, it's going to really, that bitterness is going to really, I find, would break down like the spiciness of a curry really, really nicely. It'd break it down but also complement it at the same time. So yeah, 8 out of 10 from me. If you've tried this one, let me know your thoughts and opinions. If you want to find out a bit more, because I'm sure I've got some information wrong in this video, then of course links down below to people who actually know what they're talking about, as well as some product descriptions and a bit more of the technical info. Check out Beermoth down below as well. If you're ever in Manchester, head down there. You're going to be in for a great treat. That's fantastic beers. And yeah, hopefully you will join me for another beer review. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all later. Cheers.